I want to ask you, how easy is it to understand the board? And let's say I'm interested in learning this, or I come to you as a client for a session. I want all of us to understand how does the board look and what exactly is happening on the board, and then where do we go on from there. So can we do this, Nandita?
We can definitely do that. And the basically you don't, if you're just coming for readings, you don't need to really know how the board looks, but it's definitely a good thing to do today, so
Mhm.
everybody gets an idea of what it is.
Absolutely. And may I share my screen, Nandita? Shall we?
Sure. Sure. So that's the Mokshapat board. If I can see it, I'm assuming everyone else can see it as well.
Yes.
So as you can see on the board, there are 72 boxes. There are 10 snakes and 10 ladders. So 10 places where you can fall and 10 places where you can rise, technically.
Mm.
Of course, it starts from one, which is Genesis, which is birth. So any new beginnings, if you're looking at a soul journey, this is where you're being born. Okay. And when you're born, you will obviously go step by step through all of these boxes as you go through life. You're born, then you go through a stage of illusion. You're a child, you're a baby, right? So everything is an illusion to you. There are stages of anger, there are stages of greed. Now, why are these stages here? Because as a child, that's all you're thinking about, yourself. Okay. If we are also going to align this with, the chakra system, which is on showing on the central line here, or the central column here, this is the root chakra. So all your root chakra related emotions are going to show up on the bottom line. Okay, which is anger, which is illusion, which is greed. Root chakra is all about your personal security, your material security. So it's all about me, 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 me. And this entire line is all about you. There are no ladders on this line because you have to go through these things in order to go further ahead. No ladders. So no shortcuts. Everybody goes through these stages. Okay. And of course, there are some snake tails here. They can't be a snake head because you can't go any lower. I can't be bitten here and go lower than there. But there is going to be snake tails, which are coming from boxes on higher rows. Some of the snakes are really long, which say that you have gone so much higher in life and then come down, which of course indicates a downfall in life, whichever kind of downfall it is. But on a spiritual journey, it's a downfall based on, having some negative aspects associated with yourself, even though you ascended spiritually to a higher level. Okay. If I was to say, look at box number 10, which is purification, there is a ladder there.
Mm.
I'm not going to look at ages here, but if there is a concept of ages as well, which has been created according to the chakra system, saying that, you live in 7-year cycles, and that every 7 years you work from one chakra. So the first 7 years of your life, you're working from the root chakra because it's all about me, me, me. The next 7 years, you're looking at the sacral because you are attaining puberty, you are getting interested in sensual self, etc., etc. So that's where your sacral comes in. That's the 7 years. But age is not the barrier when it comes to a soul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was going back to my point of, say you are on 10 and you are at a stage of purification, box number 10, there is a ladder to box 23, which is the celestial plane. All it's saying is that if I reach this box, which means I did some kind of soul purification, either I learned some healing techniques or I did something which was purifying my soul in order to ascend in life. Okay. Say I reach box number 12, which is envy. There
Mm-hmm.
is a snake. Envy is a negative emotion, and we all know that.
Hmm.
So if I am, drowned with the negative emotion, there will be a snake that will bite me and I will come down in life. So if you're looking at our Purans or if you're looking at our sacred text, there is going to be these, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Maya that we call, which are all negative emotions that will always bring us down. If we are teaching children, we are always saying, stay away from these.
Hmm.
That's what is all found on the bottom row. Okay. And when we keep going higher through those rows, say I've reached box 55.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is the crown chakra. If I look at 59,
Okay.
that is the line of the crown chakra, which means I have really gone up in life. I have ascended to the levels, but there is a snake there
Hmm.
on box 55, which says I will come back to my root chakra. What I need to do is not be, led by egoism, which can lead to my downfall. Why we are saying that is that when we are ascending in life, when we are going into this really spiritual highs, we can get egoistic. And if we don't control that, we will fall.
Wonderful.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I love to give examples on this as well in my classes. But this is a very, very public platform, so I won't take any names.
Mm-hmm.
But we already know of so many spiritual gurus who've reached very, very high levels and then gone to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Those
Yeah.
were downfalls in their life. Those were snakes. So either this snake or this snake of negative intellect or this snake of darkness, which is tamas, which will bring you all down. So it's a very interesting board when
It
you start to
is.
understand it. And I will, if I'm teaching you the board, I will make you go through each and every box, understand the box. There are stories attached to each box. There are, experience of my readings with each box. And I can give you those examples as well. And how to avoid these are, very basic things on how to avoid these. But all of that will also get covered.
It is so fascinating, Nandita, and just you just explained for a few minutes, and this has been so captivating. It's actually it's so much fun to probably have this as an accompaniment and then just use it and then just see where life is taking you or what do you want to do and get some answers. So, Nandita, to clarify, to confirm,
Mm.
when we sit with the board, let's say I'm doing a reading for myself.
Mm.
So, we take a dice and we throw it on this board, and wherever it lands is where I am currently in my life, right?
So we take a dice and a throwing piece. So a giti, like we say in Hindi,
Mm-hmm.
right? A throwing piece as well. So I will, there is a way of selecting a box that you start with. And then once you've selected your box that you start with, then your dice roll will tell you where you are going.
Oh,
So just like we
Nandita.
play the game,
Ah,
there
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be a throwing piece as well. And
Mm-hmm.
I also play it with my children like a normal board game,
Mm.
where they just look at it as snakes and ladders. But with the meaning on the boxes, I can say, so you got jealous. That's why you got bitten. It's interesting and just teaches them that, jealousy is a negative emotion. That's why you got bitten. Don't have it. But that was when my kids were smaller. Now they're a little older and I'm thinking of teaching them the board.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great start. And for all those of us who have children, I think it's a great way to teach some valuable things to our children and then
Yeah.
move on and how they can use this for themselves. This indeed was a very captivating introduction, Nandita. In fact, we've also got comment that it is amazing and at the same time it is interesting.